the same time, I was going through so much emotionally. I was going through a divorce. I was going through a battle for child custody. I looked at my office that I'd had for years. The girl that ran it, she got married. And so she had to move, and she was helping me so much, and still a tremendous friend of mine. But I told her, I said, you've got to go where your husband is. So I was really, really at a very low place. It talks about Mephibosheth, a broken neck, a broken back. I went through traction. I went through nerve blocks. I did everything that I knew to do because I really didn't want to have surgery, but it came down that I had to have surgery. And so I had gone to a neurologist, an orthopedic surgeon, and they told me the best thing for me to do is to have surgery. And so it was about a 6-month journey trying to get better, but in tremendous pain. And pain of the heart, pain of the emotions, pain of the body. And I really didn't want to live, because when I came out of that surgery, I never got any better. I was still in tremendous pain. And so I had gone to the doctor. They had put a dye test and up my spine. It went into my brain, which is sometimes common, but I had a tremendous headache for 10 solid days. And because of the injury, I had paralysis in my right arm, not complete, but to the point that I could not really grip things, put things. I couldn't lay on my right side. And so I was in tremendous, tremendous, tremendous pain and fighting with in every area of my life. I felt like I was seeking just to keep my head up above water, to survive. And then on top of it, my father, who was my stepfather, like a father to me, he died. Couldn't get out of the bed. And I laid there and I said, God, I'm alone. My mother is taking care of business in Tennessee. I'm living in Florida. I was in Florida for 20 years. I'm alone. Nobody cares about me. And that was not true, but it was the way that I felt. And as I was laying in the bed, I began to bargain with God. I asked him if I could come to heaven. I asked him, I said, Lord, just let me die. Let me come and be with you. Let me go to heaven. And that was the way that I went off to sleep, because I wasn't sleeping a whole lot, but I fell off to sleep. And then the next thing I know, Jesus walked through the hall into my bedroom. And when he came into the bedroom, I have to tell you, the power of God, the presence of God was so strong that I jumped out of the bed. Now, you'd have to know, I had been laying in that bed. I had been in pain. I had not really been able to get up very much at all. I struggled to get out of the bed, but then all of a sudden I jumped out because the presence and the power of God came into that room. And as I stood beside my bed, because he was already at the bed when I jumped up, he put his arms around my shoulder, and both shoulders. He put his arms around my shoulders. And when he did, I went out of my body, and my spirit man went to the corner of the room. And I looked and saw as though it was a sideway. I could see us sideways. I could see him, and I could also see through my body, and I saw my spine. And after having major surgery, cut, screws, metal, bone out of my collarbone, grafted in, he went like this, like a master chiropractor. He put his shoulders around me, and he did like that, like he aligned my spine. He aligned my spine. And I watched him do it, and I watched my spine line up. And then I left the corner of the room, and I went back into my body. And I'm looking up at the face of Jesus. The love, I can't even express what I felt coming from him for me. Because you'd have to know, I had felt like that no one cared for me. And here he is, holding me. Now, I'm 5'6", and I would say he was anywhere from 5'10", maybe to 6 foot. I really don't know. But he was taller than me. And he was looking at me with that beautiful face. And the thought that I had, and I communicated, I believe, by thought. I don't think I said the words. I said, am I in heaven? I don't remember dying. And he found that very humorous. He smiled so big, like that was so funny, and I was so endearing to him. And he said, tell my church that I am bringing realignment and positioning to my body. Now, Brandy, the